Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to send and get WhatsApp message on Wix form submissions using AiSensy. So I'm an owner of a real estate agency and I have created a form with the help of Wix forms which is attached on my website, with the help of which I collect my leads data. I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by any of the customers using Wix, I want to send that customer a WhatsApp message. I want to thank them for showing interest in my services that I'm offering. With that, I also want to get a notification of the new lead being generated. Now, sending and getting notifications manually is very time consuming. So what I did was I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to send and get WhatsApp message on Wix form submission using AiSensy. As an owner of a real estate agency, I want to streamline the communication with both potential buyers and myself whenever a client fills out a form with the help of Wix forms, the inquiry form that I've created. By using AiSensy, I can set up the automatic WhatsApp messages to be sent to my clients, thanking them for showing interest in the services that I'm providing. Simultaneously, I also want to receive a WhatsApp notification about the new submission, ensuring I can follow up promptly and enhance our service. This two-way communication boosts engagement and helps convert leads into sales. And for creating this amazing automation, I will be using Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Send and Get WhatsApp Message on Wix Form Submission using AiSensy. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this field. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select WhatsApp automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. You can create your own folder with the help of this plus button right over here, okay? After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Send and Get WhatsApp Message on Wix Form Submission using AiSensy, and there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step and multiple action steps, okay? We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Wix Forms. As with the help of Wix Forms, I have created a form with the help of which I am going to collect my leads data, okay? I want that as soon as a form submission is going to be done by any of the customers using Wix Forms, I want to capture the response of that form submission in my Pabbly Connect workflow that I'm creating. Now, in order to do that, I've selected my trigger application as Wix Forms. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as New Form Submission. As whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of the potential customers using Wix Forms, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that form submission over here in this workflow that we are creating, okay? So after selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to create a connection between Wix Forms and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help text one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect Wix Forms to Pabbly Connect. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to log into my Wix account. So you can see that this is the Wix Studio. That's my Wix account right over here, okay? And I've created a form in the name of event registration form. So this is the contact form that I've created, with the help of which I'm going to collect my leads data. Now, what I want is I want to connect my Wix account to Pabbly Connect, this form that I've created to Pabbly Connect. Now, in order to do that, from the left side of the panel, go to this automations option right over here. After coming, you can see over here, you will be landed towards the automations page. Click on this new automation button on the top right corner. As you're going to do that, it is asking for us to create a new automation. You can select the template according to your requirement right over here, but I do not want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this automation from scratch. For that, I'm going to click on scratch button right over here. As I'm going to do that, we'll be landed towards the automations building page. Firstly, it is asking for the automation name. So for the automation name over here, I'm going to write it as new form submission. So this is the name of the automation that I want to give, okay? Now let us set up our trigger and action step of this automation. For the trigger over here, I'm going to select it as Wix Forms, as we want that whenever a new form submission is going to be done using Wix Forms, automatically Wix should send the data to Pabbly Connect, okay? That is why for the automation over here, the trigger I've selected as Wix Forms. It is asking for us to set a trigger. I want that whenever a form submission is going to be done with the help of Wix Forms, then Pabbly Connect should capture the response. So we have selected as form submitted, okay? After that, it is asking select which forms trigger this automation. I am going to select a specific form right over here, as I want that whenever a specific submission is going to be done using Wix Forms, then only Pabbly Connect should capture the response right over here, okay? So after selecting specific, I'm going to select the form. I've created a form in the name of event registration form. I'm going to select it and then click on this OK button. You can see over here I've selected the form, okay? After selecting the form, it is asking for limit frequency to. I'm going to select it as don't limit it. There are other options, once per contact, once per every 24 hours. I don't want any limit, so I'm going to select this option right over here, okay? After that, as we have set up the trigger, we are going to set up our action, and our action is going to be sent via webhook, as whenever the form submission is going to be done, the data is going to be sent from Wix to Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook, okay? It is asking for the target URL. For that, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this workflow from here. Further, click on this activate button right over here, okay? As I've done that, you can see over it says a new automation is now active, and you can see over here the automation has now been successfully created in my Wix form account. As now the automation is successfully created, you can see right over here, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. Over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. I want to capture the response of the form submission over here in place of this waiting for webhook response. So for checking whether Wix Forms is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what we are going to do is we are going to do a test submission of the form that we have created using Wix Forms, and then we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures a response of the form submission being done or not. For doing the test submission, I'm going to open the form that I've created, and yes, you can see right away this is the form that I've created, which is attached on my website, with the help of which all my leads are going to contact my business, okay? So now let us fill in all the details. Firstly, it is asking for the first name of my leads. For that, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as lead. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testlead@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. For the area over here, I'm going to write it as Indore, okay? And for the state over here, I'm going to write it as Madhya Pradesh, okay? After filling all the required details, I'm going to click on this submit button. It says the registration is successful. As over here, the form submission has now been done. I'm going to open my workflow and check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this test form submission being done or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. Over here, I'm going to wait for a few seconds. After waiting for a few seconds, you can see right away you're going to receive a response in the similar manner. Now let us tally the response. State comes as Madhya Pradesh, city comes as Indore. You can see right away with the dummy mobile number. Email as testlead@pabblytudes.com. First name test, last name lead, with all the other details of the form submission. As now we have received a response right over here, this means that our trigger setup is done. Wix form is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. Now, whenever a new form submission is going to be done by any of the potential customers using Wix forms as they're going to generate a lead, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of the form submission being done in our trigger. As now our trigger setup is done, we're going to set up our action step. My objective is to send and get messages on my WhatsApp using AiSensy whenever a form submission is going to be done with the help of Wix Forms. Firstly, what I'm going to do is I want to send the message to my customer. Now, in order to send the message for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as WhatsApp by AiSensy. As with the help of WhatsApp by AiSensy, I have created a message template. You can see right away I've created two different message templates. One message template is for sending it to the customers, and I've created another message template for receiving the notification. Okay, I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done with the help of Wix Forms, I want to send the customer this message over here, this template that I've created. With the help of this template, I want to send messages to my customers on their WhatsApp. Okay, so for sending this template as a message on WhatsApp to my customers with the help of AiSensy, I've selected my action application as WhatsApp by AiSensy, and for the action event, I'm going to select as send template message. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, it is asking for us to select the API key. For connecting WhatsApp by AiSensy to Pabbly Connect, we have to have the access of the API key. For that, log into your AiSensy account. After logging into your AiSensy account, from the panel on the left side, click on this manage button, and after click on manage, under manage, you can see it says API key. Click on this button. This is the API key. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it over here in my workflow, and then click on the save button. As WhatsApp by AiSensy has now been connected to Pabbly Connect, after connecting over here, it is asking for us to give the campaign name. We have to select the campaign name. In order to send the message template with the help of WhatsApp by AiSensy as a message to my customers, we need to first create a campaign in our AiSensy account of the message that we want to send. For creating the campaign, I'm going to go back to my AiSensy account. So after coming to my AiSensy account, now let's create a campaign of the template that we have created. So firstly, I'm going to show you the template right over here. I have created a template in the name of inquiry acknowledgement, and this is the template message that I want to send as a message to my customers after they're going to generate the lead. Okay, let's read the template. It says hello. Next to hello, it says leads name. You can see leads name is under brackets. So this is a variable right over here. In place of this variable, I want to enter the value of the leads name. That is why I've created this variable right over here. Okay. Hello, next to hello, I want the lead's name. It says, thank you for your interest in our properties. We have received your inquiry and will get back to you shortly with more details. In the meantime, feel free to explore some of our other feature listings at this dummy website. If you have any immediate questions, don't hesitate to reply to this message or contact us at this number. Best regards, Prime Properties. So this is the message that I want to send to my customers, and let's create a campaign for this message right over here. For that, from the left side of the panel, go to the campaigns button. After coming to campaigns, go to this launch button on the top right corner. After coming to it is asking for us to select the campaign type. Select it as API campaign. After selecting the campaign type, it is asking for the campaign name. So the campaign name over here, I'm going to write it as leads message. So this is the campaign name. I'm going to copy this name from here. And for the template over here, I'm going to select the template that I've created in the name of inquiry acknowledgement. This was the same template you can see. After giving the campaign name and selecting the template, I'm going to click on the set live button right over here and go to campaign button. You can see a campaign in the name of leads message has been successfully created. You can see right over here, and the status of the campaign is live. It is very important for the status of the campaign to be live, because in the help desk it says it is to be noted that the status of the campaign should be live. Okay, so whichever campaign that we're going to use, the status of that should be live. Okay, as now the campaign is created, it's asking for the campaign name, so I'm going to enter the campaign name right over here, that is leads message. You need to enter the exact same campaign name that you have created. After that, it is asking for the mobile number. On which mobile number do we want to send a WhatsApp message to? So for the data of the mobile number, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, you can see this is the previous step of this workflow, that is Wix form new form submission. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As over here it is asking for the mobile number, in my previous response of the form submission, I have received the mobile number of the customer who have generated the lead using Wix forms. So what I'm going to do is, from my previous response, I'm going to select the data of this mobile number of my customer. Okay, as I selected data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Okay, as over here we have to enter the country code as well, so I'm going to enter the country code in front of this number. I've entered it. Okay, after that it is asking for the username. Enter the name of the user to whom you want to send the campaign to. The message, as we're going to send it to the lead which is generated. So for the username, I'm going to map the data of the name of my customer, first name space the last name. After that, it is asking for the source and the tags. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. After that, it is asking for the template parameter. In this field, template parameter, we have to enter the value of the variable that we have created in this template right over here. I have created a single variable in this template. Over here, you can see this is the variable 1. This variable is for the lead's name. I want that in place of this variable, I want the lead's name. So what I'm going to do is, in place of this template parameter field, I'm going to map the data of my lead's name, first name space the last name. As in this field right over here, I want to enter the name of my lead. So I've entered the name over here in the template parameter field. Okay. After that, it is asking for the attributes, URL and the file name. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part, and simply I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I'm going to do that, we're going to receive a response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my WhatsApp and I'm going to check whether I have received a new message thanking for showing interest in my service or not. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp. And yes, you can see right away, I have received a new WhatsApp message. It says, hello test lead. This was the name of the customer who have generated the lead by doing the form submission. Thank you for showing interest in our properties. We have received your inquiry and will get back to you shortly with more details. You can see it over here. This was the same message that we have created as a template in our AiSensy account has been forwarded to us. As the message has been forwarded on my WhatsApp, this means that AiSensy has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. Okay. As over here, we've sent the message over here. So I'm going to rename this step right over here. Okay, I'm going to give a name to the step. It is going to be send message. Okay, so this is the name of my step. I have given it over here. Okay, so this shows that I have set up the action for sending the messages to my customers. Now with sending the message, I also want to get the notifications in my WhatsApp whenever a new lead is generated. Now let us set up our action step. For that, we're going to add another action step in this workflow, and for the action application over here, I'm going to again select it as WhatsApp by AiSensy. I'm going to select my action application again over here as WhatsApp by AiSensy, and for the action event again I'm going to select as send template message. As with the help of WhatsApp by AiSensy, if I'm going to go back to manage and template over here, I have created another template over here of receiving the notification on my WhatsApp account whenever a new lead is generated. Okay, so this is another template that I've created in the name of new inquiry notifications. So let us read the template that I've created. It says new inquiry alert. You have received a new inquiry through form submission. Name over here, the lead's name, email, phone number, interested property area over here. Please follow up with the client as soon as possible. Thank you, Prime Properties. Okay, so you can see this is the message template that I've created with some of the variables you can see right away, like the lead's name, email, phone number and the interested property area. And I want to send this template as a message to myself whenever a new lead is generated, as I want to get the notification on my WhatsApp. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up another action step. For that, I've selected my action application as WhatsApp by AiSensy and action event as send template message, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to select the existing connection, or else you can select a new connection right over here. I'm going to click on this save button. Okay, as AiSensy has now been connected to Pabbly Connect, it is asking for the campaign name. Let's create another campaign in this. It is asking for the campaign name. So let us create another campaign in our AiSensy account. For creating the campaign, go to the campaign section, go to this launch button, select the campaign type. It is asking for the campaign name. So the campaign name over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the campaign name, which is get notification message. Over here I'm going to copy the name, and for the template over here I'm going to select the template that I've created, that is new inquiry notification, and then I'm going to click on the set live button and go to campaign button. As you can see, the campaign in the name of get notification message has been successfully created with the status as live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this campaign name right over here. Okay, after that it is asking for the mobile number, as I want to get the notification on my mobile number. So in the mobile number field I'm going to enter my mobile number. So this is my mobile number, I've entered it. Next, it is asking for the username. To which user do we want to send a message to? I want to send a message to myself. So for the username, I'm going to write it as demo user. Okay. After that, it is asking for the source and the tags. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. Next, it is asking for the template parameter field. In the place of this template parameter field, we have to enter the value of the variables that I've created in this template right over here. I have created 4 variables: name, email, phone number, and the interested property area. So let us enter the value of these fields. Firstly, it is asking for the lead's name in this template right over here. The variable 1 is for the lead's name. So let us map the data of the lead's name that we have received right over here. First name space the last name. After mapping the data, in order to enter the second variable value, we have to simply enter the comma and space. Okay, after entering the comma and the space, next it is asking for the email. So now I'm going to map the data of the email. I'm going to again enter comma space. After that, over here, it is asking for the phone number. I'm going to map the data of the phone number, comma space. And lastly, over here, it is asking for the interested property area. So the interested property area is Indore. So I'm going to map the data right over here. Okay. So in this manner, you have to enter the data of the variables values right away in the template parameter field. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for the attributes URL in the file name. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. And simply, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, you can see right over here, the status comes as success right over here. It's just coming as true in this response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my WhatsApp and I'm going to check whether I have received a new WhatsApp message or not. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp, and yes, you can see right over here in my WhatsApp, I have received a new message. It says new inquiry alert. You have received a new inquiry through form submission. Leads details. The leads details, name of the lead as test lead, email as testlead@pabblytudes.com with a dummy mobile number, and an interested property area as Indore. Okay. Now, as we have successfully received the notification of the new lead being generated using AiSensy, this means that we successfully created an automation between Wix Forms and AiSensy with the help of Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I'm going to rename the step over here as well. I'm going to rename it, and the name of the step that I'm going to give is get notification. I'm going to update it. Okay, so this is the another step over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation between Wix Forms and AiSensy with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a real estate agency, and I have created a form with the help of Wix Forms, with the help of which I am collecting my potential customers' leads data. I want that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done with the help of Wix Forms by any of the potential customers, firstly I want to send that customer, I want to send a message to that customer on their WhatsApp thanking them for showing interest in our services. Okay, so in this manner I want to firstly send the WhatsApp message to that customer. After sending the WhatsApp message, what I want is I also want to get a notification of the new lead being generated on my WhatsApp, alerting me of the new lead being generated. Okay, so in this manner I'm going to also receive a notification on my WhatsApp whenever a new lead is going to be generated. That means whenever a new form submission is going to be done with the help of Wix Forms. Now for that, I've created this amazing automation between Wix Forms and AiSensy with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how you create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.